Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheim and Iratus, Wrath of the Necromancer. We resume where we left things off last time, approaching the fourth new boss, of which I only know his name, the Mad Scientist. And I have a surprise for you all, but we'll talk about that once we approach the Mad Scientist himself. Today might be a little bit of a shorter episode. I woke up late, so, we'll just conquer the remaining of the catacombs and then call it a day. And leave breaching the cathedral for next time. I'm assuming my victory, but that's because I am, of course, incredibly prideful. Would you have me any other way? So let's move on, shall we? To the next combat. We are facing the golem thingy, an elite sword mistress, a sorceress, and a conjuress. Boy, oh boy. This should be fine, right? Ooh, probably don't want... I guess Mordred could sit this one out, but we'll keep playing with Mordred and his fun. And we did pick up the Spirit Chainmail at the end of last episode. We'll be wearing this for a little bit to improve the health of our lovely little minions. And hopefully, we move on just fine. I'm going to miss the unstable armor, but we can go put that back on whenever we find it necessary. So let's slap, shall we? As always, with this lovely composition, we are afraid of only the Sword Mistress and the Conjuress. We have literally no other fears, even though we cannot stress the golem thing into oblivion. That's fine. I'm sure we'll all forget about that. So we're going to try and focus on this Elite Blade Mistress before she turns into her stance and executes everyone, because that is a bad time for all involved.
Your frail bodies fail you.
And then we'll go ahead and focus down at the Conjuress. So she stops setting me on fire because I'm not a fan of that. No fire here. No fire. The science we were conducting with Mordred last time involves a new item. New in the fact that I've never used it before. And that is the Hero's Blood. The Hero's Blood doubles a target's damage for the first turn and causes them to be impervious to damage
evil comes
and debuffs. And we've put it to good use. I'm not quite sure why he's still dealing 44 damage, but I'm also not going to complain. Yep, okay. Let's just keep moving. Don't ask questions. Just hunger. Feast upon the living.
Ashes, dust to dust.
This has gone well. Good job, everyone. I didn't doubt you for a second. I really didn't. I thought about it, but I didn't. Now, the Golden Golem is unique among constructs in that she is actually resistant to magic, more so than anything else. Usually they have a ridiculous amount of armor or both. So now we're just going to take this opportunity to slam her face in a bit. Don't worry, I'm sure no one will mind. But you can probably Infectious Lunacy to speed this up too. Let's go, Mordred. Okay, your damage is not impressive. I'm not surprised, but we'll just move backwards here real quick. Get everyone in the position they need to be to start smashing. Kazorgtha has a magical attack, of course, but once this procs, we should be fine. I hope. If it procs. I feel like a broken record repeating the fact that it is a 12.5% chance for me to not land the Acid Glands on this attack. And we keep rolling that 12.5%, but hey. We all have our weaknesses. Mine just happens to be landing that, I guess.
Soon this world will be mine.
That went well. Let's see, where are we at with talons today? Now, I did say I want this, didn't I? I did say that. Also, one of my goals for this series
it will be a messy slaughter.
Is to completely fill out the magic tree, because that's the last tree that I need to get the talent for. Or not the talent, the achievement for filling it out. I know, it's weird that that's the last one, isn't it? But I totally did a destruction meme a few series ago, so that was a grand old time. The most powerful spell is not here. Ooh, let's go to the elites. This is gonna be fun. I'm really gonna enjoy this. If only I had an orb of vulnerability. Pity.
Now I will make mortals tremble before me. Well, even more than previously.
I'm gonna equip the Archmage Pendant because it will help with our mana restoration. And we didn't have anything we wanted to use, did we? I mean, we could stress bomb. That's the creepy doll.
Now I will make mortals tremble before me. Well, even more than previously.
Should I creepy doll on the boss? Actually, hold on. Let's do that. That sounds smart. SMRT smart. So let's use the Jar of Blood. I don't expect to take much damage here, but just in case. We have fought the Stormcaller before. I'm going to need to move Kisel to the bank for that, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on your perspective. How are we doing things? I think we're going to open up with Slake with Darkness. Of course you did that. Now, normally, I would be a huge fan of debuffing here. To a random minion in the first or second position and moves them to the back. It does not miss. There is a chance. Minions attack the match. Ugh. Let's go full greed. Why not? My greed knows no bounds. I could delay here. Let's see, if I delay, I can activate my thing to try and interrupt the stance. Okay, sure. We didn't get a whole lot of value out of the hero's blood this time, unfortunately. But I'm going to take this opportunity to break the stance and hopefully just mess with some general things. It's interesting that the stance activation doesn't actually activate this mark. So I could do this. Block the attack from the ward.
Shatter their morale.
And then do that. Pretty nifty. Then I might just eat her. Oh, come on. That procced the damage. Whatever. It don't matter to me. Slap. Hopeless. Bye. Don't. Okay. I could dispel. Maybe I should dispel. Nah. Stitches will be fine. That didn't kill you? Nah. I should have faded then. I need to be back here. So if I... Okay, there's a way I can do this. Didn't delay.
So, this is what 1,000 years of evolution looks like? Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Pathetic.
I was going to try and move backwards so I could purge the mark with the Necrotic Squall, but it doesn't matter. I don't think I can kill him easily. Just kidding. Of course I can.
Another step towards my eternal kingdom.
It's actually funny that the damage of my attack didn't kill him, but the 5 damage from Stitch's feature did. Of course, the feature of the Abomination is that after each attack evokes a feeling of terror, dealing 50% stress damage to all enemies. You're so impressive, Stitches. I love you. Speaking of loving Stitches, this is in debate. This pound of flesh. Of course, it's good for Stitches' survival, but I want more damage. Is that so much to ask? Just more damage? We're waiting on Yukasong for that. Anubis is good. Mordred. Mordred. Might give him accuracy here. Let's give him some luck. Mordred can be a lucky fellow, because he certainly wasn't in the story. a golden golem, a whatever that is, conjuress, and elite shadow elf. Failed experiment, that's what it is. I totally remembered. Okay. Okay. We don't need to use an item here, I don't think. So let's roll. We are going to have to deal with 3 wards on the conjuress and the elite shadow elf, but whatever. I can slake with darkness, technically. Okay.
Evil restored.
That way at least the mummy's attack will get through. I have a plan. Ooh, he's unlucky. Perfect. So you should have... Yeah, your accuracy sucks. The failed experiment's biggest weakness is their accuracy. So if you can just multiply that, you're in a good spot.
Rot their flesh and their soul.
Mordred. I love saying his... I love the pun. The pun is so good. No. Actually... What? I wish I had a... I was so excited, I almost joked. I wish I had a combat log to see just how much damage that was. I think it was like 113. It was a lot. Here. Eat this. Nom, 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 nom. Bye-bye. And thus, dread has consumed them all. Wait, really? Hold the phone. You're telling me that 3 attacks, 3 of them, misses. It doesn't apply the acid gland. This is just... yeah, okay. But 1 hit of the War March procced the acid glands. What do you want from me, video game? I'm half tempted to dispel here because I'm tired of dealing with this.
End of magic.
As long as I don't move, I won't get this debuff anymore. I say as Mordred can only move, but we should be fine. Alright, Mordred. This is why I'm a big fan of the Archmage's Pendant. Because I can just whip out my magic all willy-nilly.
If this keeps up, I'll be done purging the world ahead.
That's what I call... Nope, not going that direction. That joke isn't going anywhere. Ooh, we could get a blocker ward for Anubis. I feel like I should be upgrading your luck, though, good old Anubis. I feel like that's a thing I should try and invest in. Because 4 times 6 is 24, and if we cap this, we're sitting at 54 luck. That's like a 50-50 if we crit or not. I kind of like those odds. Okay. And Anubis isn't dying. I want another block. Remember, for each block and ward that Kasokatha has, she gains 5 more evasion. It's beautiful. I hope they don't have, like... I have no idea what any of the enemies on the 6th floor really do. The ones from the preview I've seen, right? But I don't know what they do. So I hope there aren't enemies that are just like 200% accuracy for no reason. That would tilt me. Well, our chances at the Spirit Spear have fallen through. The insurance deal. After battle ends, there's a 25% chance that killed minions will revive. The Cursed Plate, minions gain 1 block and 1 ward, but their initiative is reduced to 0. Or the Destruction Maw. At the end of combat, all enemies lose 1 block and 1 ward. This is actually pretty useful for what we're trying to do. This will allow us to get more value out of Mordred's... more value out of Mordred. That's the explanation. Good job, me. I'm going to pick this, but I want to talk about the insurance deal a little bit. There is a science that is yet to be conducted, I believe, about the Bone Golem's I'll Be Back explosion talent upgrade thing. Because that's the upgrade for his self-destruct, where there's a 50% chance after combat, after he blows himself up, that he'll come back. How does that stack with this? Is it like it rolls the 50%, and then if that fails, it rolls the 25%? Or, vice versa? Or is it just like, now it's a 75% chance? Don't know, because I hate the I'll be back talent, if I'm being perfectly honest. Anyway.
More for me.
Let's get this. We might even use it here. Wow. Ugh, this team is annoying. Why are you like this, game? What have I ever done to you? Alright. Give me them all.
It embellishes my undead features.
Now, this does overcome, or replace, the Bloody Horn. Each round of combat, Iratus recovers 10 Wrath. I really like this item. This is super good for our build. We've had it for a long time, too. But let's try the Destruction Maul. And see where that leaves us. So, Elite Sword Mistress has 0 wards. I could use magic here to remove more of the Shadow Elf's wards. Am I that interested? Not really. I think I'm just going to Lunacy. For the lulls, of course. Show me the damage, Mordred. Yes. You need more luck. I need you to crit. Also, Infectious Lunacy has given
these last few heartbeats.
Oh, well. Remember when I talked about the Maddening Amulet and why Sanity is a little bit of a double-edged sword? Case in point. Oh well. We'll deal with it. I'm scared of no ghost. She's probably dead, honestly. And then good old Stitches can eat the Shadow Elf, and then we can deal with the constructs as they come, I suppose. Get stabbed. I might need a fate for this.
Death predestined.
I'm sorry, Stitches. You what? Well, I'm eating him next turn. I guess the only well, I'm dispelling as well. Boop. No.
There will still be enough left to reanimate.
That wasn't what I meant to do. I'm just glad that he had the acid gland. Stitches. Eat. Thank you. Does that mean we need to put some more points in Stitches' accuracy? Omega low. Ow. We can heal with more dread. Do I want to wait? No. I'm only recovering 30, right? Yeah, okay. Let's just do it. Have some buffs. I guess I can just focus on the living armor now, right? Because it has no armor and resistance. Darn it. Was kinda hoping he just wouldn't hit me again. But it works. It's fine.
Strength through
See if I can peel off his resistance. Or if I'm gonna roll. Hey! Oh, we hit 2 of those. Yay for not rolling 12.5ers. Feels good, man. Repairs required. You don't say. Slap. Ooh, good stun. I believe it's a 15% chance each hit to stun. Which is not particularly good odds, but infrequently will stun something.
A sad display for mortal kind.
Indeed, indeed. A sad display. Mordred. Alright, let's get some more accuracy. Across the board. 131 and 130. 130 is a good threshold, I find. My threshold used to be 120 because I was a super greedy boy. But it's now 130. Courtesy of Solus. And missing. As is tradition at the sacrificial altar. We will sacrifice a dark knight named Kirvets. Show me something good. Well, Of the 3 items I've gotten from Akiravet's Dark Knight, this is by far the worst. But thank you for your service. For the boss, we have a failed Experiment, a Spell Thief, a Shadow Elf, and the Mad Scientist. It's not very often bosses have, you know, minions from the floor. Usually they have their own minions. I think it's the first boss and the 5th boss that are that way. The new 3rd boss as well. Okay.
It embellishes my undead features, no?
If these are classified as summoned creatures, which might be the case, the first new boss was the same way, then the Spirit Chainmail is a waste of wearing it, so we'll put on the Unstable Armor. We have 92 mana, which is good enough, I suppose. We will equip the Bloody Horn over the Destruction Maul, for reasons you're about to find out.
Finally, this item finds its way into my capable hands.
And we'll be using the Creepy Doll to force a sanity check on everything that we're fighting. Hopefully the boss as well, that'd be cool. Now, in the past, for all of the new bosses, the 2nd and 3rd, we have sent forth sacrificial explorers to find out the mechanics of the new boss. And I like that strategy. But as you can see, we don't have, I guess we have one. We don't have many sacrificial pawns lined up, and that's because today is a day of Memery. And instead of sending forth a sacrificial pawn, we're going to go in with the 4 Horsemen meme. So Thanatos will pull out of the arena. Of course, Thanatos, the Greek god of death. Thank you for clarifying that, because I absolutely remembered what his pantheon was. Now, Thanatos is the only Reaper of these 4 that will be classified as a Dread Reaper, because, of course, his Dread is max. So we keep him in the backline to apply the Agony of Terror. I probably should explain what the point of this is. Quad Reaper works because of 2 things. 1, the Hourglass of Doom. We have 4 of these. All 4 of our lovely volunteers are wearing this. Whenever we use a spell, the Reaper increases Iratus' spell power by 12 until the battle ends. 12 times 4 is 48, stacking up to 5 times. 48 times 5 is a lot. And that's what we're going to use. A lot of spell power to do fun things. Of course, with the Horn, to increase our Wrath generation, that also means we're going to be spamming out the Scythe of Oblivion. Screw the Scythe of Wrath, or of Life, which is what Binky has. We'll be spamming this out to take everyone's head. So it really doesn't matter if we're doing vigor damage or stress damage, because we're going to be multiplying our strength off of both. There wasn't much that needed to be done with Thanatos. In the 3rd position is Binky. Binky, of course, the name of Death's horse in Discworld. So it's not Death itself, but it's his lovely horse, named Binky because he liked the name. Binky will be receiving a level 30 brain, and we're going to be dumping points into attack. Oh dear. Because I'm totally prepared. Yep. Do I have a green part somewhere? Hey, look at that. Max attack for Binky. Binky has the Hourglass of Doom, as mentioned, and the Halo of Chaos. At the start of each turn, the mini receives 1 random bonus until the end of battle, and it is a very good bonus. So we'll see what fate bestows upon us. Now, Binky is the only one with a Scythe of Life, so we probably won't be using Binky to activate our ultimate ability, probably to set things on fire, maybe even Endless Power. For the other upgrades, I'm going to go for Reap the Maelstrom to return our mana, because we're going to be using a lot of it. But I can't respec Binky, unfortunately, so there we go. These last 2 names are both courtesy of Mashariv. Did I say that correctly? I don't know why I thought it was a French name. I just did. Iniad, no finish, Iniad is an Aldari nascent deity, a young deity being birthed in the Warhammer 40k universe with the sole purpose of being the Eldar's god of death, to slay Slanesh and theirs hold on the Eldar people. As you can see, Iniad does have an Hourglass of Doom, and I'll give something else to him. But first, Iniad needs a level 30. Iniad needs a level 31 brain. I'm just gonna call it Iniad. Ugh. Anyway, Scythe of Oblivion.
Serve me well, my minion.
Reap the Maelstrom. Desiccate. Mostly for the health, more so than the block thing. The Agony of Fire. The Energy Wave. And the Hateful Desiccation. You're going to notice a lot of repetition here. Sorry. They're here to slay. What can I say? Don. From Irish mythos. Don is the ancestor of the Gales and the god of death. Often described as a phantom horseman riding a white horse. Binky is also a white horse. So Don, I use the same skin for both of them. It's the closest thing to a white horse I could find, I guess. Okay. Dawn is receiving as our front line, hopefully not meat shield. Shall we see the level 32 Brain Scythe of Oblivion?
To battle.
Reap the Maelstrom, Desiccate, Agony of Fire, Energy Wave, and Hateful Dissection. That's how you say that word. 1 accuracy, all the attack in the world, and 1 vigor. Okay. Now, do we give them secondary items is the question. We could give out a Sadist's Hand. Maybe we should give one of them the Essence of Mind. Let's do that. I don't really have a defensive item, unfortunately. Rip. I could make one, but I don't think this boss is going to do a whole lot of physical damage. Alright, in the end. Dawn. The essence of mind. And Iniad. The Mutant Claw. Sure. Why not? The boss is technically an elite, right? I've already changed all this. I feel pretty satisfied with what we're doing here. Is there any talent that I immediately need for this fight? I think. We could Blood Curse. I need mana. All of the mana in the world. I might even Calcinate just to have maxed mana. Let's do that. It was pointed out to me that I should be using my brains instead of my parts, and that is...
Skeleton will clean up this mess later.
Absolutely correct. But see, we've already used our brains. That didn't take very long to rectify, did it? Let us check our potion supply. Because we'll probably be using all of these, if I had to guess. How do I make a better version of this? Targets enemy, blah blah. Okay. Let's toss this. Let's see if we can make the best version of the vial of magic essences possible. Without gambling. Remember, we can now upgrade the parts of our minions independently, so I don't need to hold on to these to do gambling. This will restore 26 mana. That's not a whole lot better, is it? 24. This scales terribly. Okay. 20 mana. I'll take 2 of these. All minions restore 5% of their vigor. Blah, blah. And we can... We'll take one of these essences too as well, I think. How strong can this become? We don't have the best parts, though. We're going to have to do some gambling eventually, which is my favorite thing in the world to do. But we'll just do this.
Perfection takes time.
Okay.
And proper ingredients.
I think that's everything that we can do to prepare for this boss fight. I can build something. Oh, we can build the Abode of Wrath to start with max Wrath. Okay, sure. After we complete this, I'm probably going to be spending a lot of our Digger Souls...
There are many foes for you to play with.
Spending our Digger Souls on upgrading our minions rather than building more of the arena or building more of the mortuary. But we can change that philosophy as we approach further things. Here's the new skin for the Lost Soul, in case you haven't seen it. It is actually really good. I like it a lot. Ja-ja! So now, each minion at the Abode of Wrath gives Iratus 10 Wrath at the beginning of battle, so we will begin with 40. It's a lot of Wrath, actually. All things considered. I don't think I actually need anything here, but I will pick up the Blood Curse as something to press. Ladle might actually be useful. We can't equip this. Anything that goes over the Shackles of War cannot be equipped. including this ring that gives me way more dread damage. But for now, we'll just leave it there.
With knowledge and will comes victory.
In case you didn't know, the Blood Curse is how you get vampires. It is a spell that the target you put on an enemy and they will lose 25 luck until the end of battle. If they escape, Iratus receives a vampire after winning the battle. Doesn't stack. Spell power increases the value of the luck debuff. So we're probably going to press this after 1 or 2 or 3 turns or something on the boss to try and crit him as hard as possible with our Infectious Lunaseed 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. You need to use this to convert 3 enemies into vampires to unlock the ability to make vampires yourself and then never use it again. Just double checking real quick. Okay. Now I have, for this fantastic memery, I have a dramatic quote that I borrowed from Quaxocoatl, so thank you for your imagination. These are the 4 Horsemen of Death. Now, or the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, excuse me. Usually that's conquest, war, pestilence, and famine. That's what they actually are, whatever it is. What is from? Revelations or something? But these are all various deities of death. Binky counts. The Horse of Death counts. And they shall ride under my name. So ride on, Binky. Ride on, Thanatos. Ride on, Ennead. And ride on, Don Iratus, the Lord of Memes. Commands you to figure out how this boss works. Once a bright human wizard, he made the mistake of picking a fight with the dwarven alchemists. He figured out how to surpass them at their own craft, and they did not like it one bit. So they got him to drink a special concoction that scrambled his brains. This later served as the prototype for their lobotomy serums. The mad scientist retained his intellect and knowledge, but became utterly unhinged and was quickly discredited, only caring about performing more experiments, each more eccentric than the last. To battle. Battle! I just removed 5 wards and blocked from this thing. Look at that. 4 Reapers. Isn't it beautiful? Alright, let's see what he does. Apparently, Hida can't go insane. Probably because he's already insane. Feature. Does not escape. 50% chance to redirect any attack to an ally standing in front of him. Whenever the mad scientist uses an ability, he gains a buff that restores 2% vigor and 2% sanity each turn until the end of combat. Do you want the good news or the bad news? Reapers can't remove buffs. Well, that's fine. Let us breathe, my minions. I should probably... We're definitely going to stoke the flames. I also have Finger of Death. Do I stoke the flames or finger? I finger, right? The Finger of Death. I'm trying to think of how to do this. If I finger, I have like no mana, which is the problem with the Finger of Death. What if I just... Options. Stoke the Flame, proc the buff. Spam Infectious Lunacy. But Stoke the Flame and Infectious Lunacy is 80 mana compared to the 70... Okay, whatever. We'll start removing wards with everyone that breathes. And you are just the spell power, right? Yes. Oh, I can remove buffs. Excellent. Fantastic. Alright, all wards are gone. Oh yeah, you have the Essence of Mind. You just need to hit really hard then. Okay, so we have Dawn up front. What is this? Ooh, that kind of sucks. What if I... How about... No. That's how I feel about that. Who is this? Okay, this is Dawn. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold and then Scythe of Oblivion the Shadow Elf at the end. To restore my mana. This is Thanatos. We'll get some mana back. This is Iniad, who will breathe for us.
Let them weep.
Let them weep. That's a good one. Is that a new one? I like that one a lot. Hello, Dawn. Welcome back to the party. 4 mana. Alright, Essence of Mind was a great decision. It's time. 10% plus 43.5%. Let the memes begin.
Madness manifest.
I'm going to hold on Dawn again. And we're just going to start spamming this on the Scientist. If it hits the Scientist, great. If it doesn't, well, it didn't. Oh no, my wards are all gone. Whatever shall I do? Wow, you healed him. You healed him real good. Okay. If you don't mind.
Madness manifest.
Is this Dawn again? This is Iniad. I'm pretty sure that here in a moment, you're gonna kind of just die. This is Dawn. That's how this is gonna work, right? You're healing a lot, bro. I don't know if I can get behind that. 5% plus
Death.
Okay. Well, congratulations, my friends. 69, nice. We did it. The meme has become reality. I'm gonna have to... Oh,
Mine is the winning side.
we just won. Wow. Good job, everyone. Round of applause for our Reapers of Death. I'm proud of you all. Oh, that went well. I'm glad that was a success. Part of me was terrified for the outcome, but that was a lot of fun. I think they did great. And that, my friends, I never looked at what your Halo of Chaos buffs were. I was just so scared the entire time. But good job, everyone. That is how the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse meme works. Man, this Essence of Mind was the best call I've ever made. That was a top tier call. Done. Well done. I believe his other name is like Duosnos or something. But I just... Dawn. Because he's done. Well, thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the death of the mad scientist. The 4th floor of the catacombs has come to its end. These are his stats. Did you do what you're supposed to do? Movement wouldn't have mattered because we're all the same thing. He did this a bit. That was annoying. I don't think he did this. He might have. That would have been annoying. I think he did... He might have done this on the Shadow Elf. But the Shadow Elf's insanity made it so that he couldn't get any blocks or wards. That's funny. And he did this, and this is a huge debuff. I am very glad I removed that. I'm so happy with how this went. And yet I can probably get a different item than the Mutant Claw. But everyone did well. Let me know if you want to see more 4 Horsemen of Death memery. And I hope that you enjoyed the end of the catacombs, our journey thus far, and next time we will breach the final stronghold of humanity, the Cathedral. What used to be the end of the game. And we're going to go rampaging through there, and then, you know, say hello to the Grand Magister, laugh at him a little bit, and then we'll be at the new content. And I have a little fear. Not much, but just a little bit. Because I am, of course, the Lord of Fear itself. Bye-bye.